Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So it's August and I'm delighted to share the garden with you. It's quite difficult these days for me to find time to garden, and it's even a bigger challenge finding time to make the videos related to the garden. However, the garden is quite interesting still, and I'm happy to share that with you today. So let's take a look. Check out those zinnias. They have grown so beautifully, so tall also. The label did say that they were going to grow about 80 centimeters, but they have grown far beyond that. So we're starting here in the vegetable garden. It's going to be a quick update because I haven't really done much in the vegetable garden. I haven't added any new things, and I've barely had time to harvest whatever I had planted at the beginning of the season. Alright, so I was going to get out that elephant garlic there to show you what it looks like, but I just cut the top. I'll get it out later. I have some elephant garlic, some peppers, lots of aubergines going on right now. Look at that giant one at the back there. I need to harvest that thing. Some greens over here. Swiss chards there at the back, and some beetroots. The snapdragons there in the middle have been struggling a lot because there's just not enough water. There's been a lot of drought. So as such, nothing is quite performing to its full potential. Nevertheless, the vegetable garden is giving a lot. Tomatoes here and in the backyard. Lots of tomatoes to harvest, peppers, aubergines, and pumpkins. Yeah, so the sweet potato in this high raised bed is still going. I have a watermelon there that is not getting any bigger. I have another one in the vegetable garden somewhere around there. That one seems to be doing a lot much better, but even it is not as big. Pretty happy with how my lavender bushes have turned out this season. These ones are here for the second season, and the ones over here are the tiny ones that I planted at the beginning of the season, and they too have been producing and giving a lot. My container garden also has been quite challenged by the dry weather that we're having. The hydrangeas, the macrophylla hydrangeas, have not been happy with these dry conditions, and so I've had very little blooms on the macrophylla hydrangeas this season. My hibiscus trees are also a delight in the garden this season. Pretty happy with how they look. They'll produce a better show if I had been watering them more, or if I had provided a bigger container for that one, for instance. But still happy with how they look. The dahlias have been really complemented the garden beautifully. The cafe au lait here, the dinner plate cafe au lait, it didn't grow as tall as it should, but it has been producing lots of blooms. Pompon dahlia here, another variety, white variety over here. I don't quite remember the name. And this one right here, this has been beautiful. Look at that. So the dahlias have been great, really happy. And this is either the Chat Noir or the Nuit d'été. So the Lady Darlene is looking glorious here. This is a new bloom that is about to open, and the other ones there, I mean, this thing has been really good. So I'm really happy with how the dahlias turned out. The New England asters have begun to bloom, signaling that fall is not very far now. The hydrangeas, as you can see, are right here. I think their best seasons are ahead of them, but they have been suffering a lot from the drought that we've been having. A lot of dryness, the blooms are burning, and yeah, just the lack of water is a bit heavy on them. However, they're growing quite well, filling in the space. You have to remember that last season I didn't have this hydrangea border. I worked on this during the winter, and this is really their first season here. And so here I have the limelights. Over here I do have a few living touch of pinks. Yeah, this is what they called indeed. Two of those, and then I move on to the Annabelle hydrangeas, which could look better, I must say. Yeah, so here's what we have right now on the hydrangea border. This is supposed to be a pink. That is the label right there, the pink Annabelle hydrangea, and it's not pink, as you can see. Not sure why that color changed so early in the season, but it's still alive. So over here is my mixed border. The things that you see here, they all pretty much require some kind of deadheading, some fertilizing, planting, and I haven't been doing any of that, and so the garden is, yeah, a bit wild, but I love looking at these things. So this is the phantom hydrangea. I have 3 of those. I moved this one over here. I have another one right there, and the last one I decided to put it at the end of the border over there. And then you notice the fountain grasses, the purple fountain grass over here, and I have another one here. I put the other one at the back of this tree. Now you will see that the Verbena bonanciaris is blooming here. I had just one piece and I decided to take cuttings and planted it randomly around the garden, and it's good to see that it's multiplying. And I believe that next season there will be even more Verbena bonanciaris in this garden. The echinaceas have also been doing great. If not for the lack of water, they would look even better, but pretty happy with how they kind of settled in here. What has not been holding back at all, it is these Petunia magenta. This, my friends, this is something that is really giving a lot, and is so, I don't know, these are the ones that I started from seeds, and I just put them here, and they picked up and they were doing their thing. So this right here, these are maybe just 2 flowers that have completely multiplied in branches and blooms, and it looks just beautiful. I have the hostas, which have bloomed beautifully throughout the season. So that is what the border looks like, the mixed border. A lot of work to be done here, but yeah, it shows that I'm getting close. Now I'm going to quickly go to the backyard and show you just the essential. I have been adding things here in the circle garden, and it's beginning to take shape. I have a few grasses, bloomerangs, and other things. So here in the backyard, one addition that I made, or one modification that I made that has really been given a lot, is the ground cover roses that I recently put here, and they've been loving this position. They keep blooming. I've managed to keep them dead-headed consistently, and so I always get flowers here, and they're just so beautiful to look at. But the main attraction here in the backyard are definitely my sunflower trees, which have grown. I think that looks like a good 4 meters at the top of those huge sunflowers. Quite interesting to look at. I've been cutting them a lot and putting them in vases, but because they have so many branches, they just keep producing, and I don't really feel like I need to get rid of them. I like the forest that they're creating back here. Yeah, so the sunflowers are the main attraction here at the back. But also you notice that the Cedar Mortem Joy is now blooming, looking beautiful. And I think because I want to see that Cedar Mortem Joy much better, I'm going to be removing all these sunflowers and just leaving the space open for the Cedar Mortem Joy to fully present itself. Look at those sunflowers. So behind those sunflowers are still some vegetables. Oh my goodness, look at this one. That is a beauty. Look at that. Just beautiful. Oh my God, they're so fresh. So I do have also a pear tree here. My pear tree has been great. It has been really great. Look at that pear. Oh, I'm going to cut it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And you see that I've kept my sweet potato container because I noticed that there was some animal living in it. Work in progress back there. The pumpkins back here, I've already harvested one big pumpkin which is in the front yard right now. I don't know if you can see them. So I do have a few pumpkins and more coming up. But the pumpkins have stayed on the smaller side this season because of the drought. And my New England asters back here have also started blooming. So I need to come here and do some cleanup. So my corn is also quite over now. I've had a beautiful harvest, definitely better than the one I did last year. There was a lot more corn in those corn pockets. And the corn was very sweet. So over here is the Brussels sprouts. Yeah. So I have a few still left to harvest here. And lastly, I'm going to be showing you the tomatoes. I decided to remove a few because I didn't need that much anymore. But the ones that are left here are still producing. Still a lot of tomatoes coming up. A lot of tomatoes to look forward to. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that's it, people. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in our next video. Bye.